we are a very difficult situation because we have probably without announce the previous day, we have cut our performances at the 23rd of February during the repetition, the performances of Madame Butterfly. I remember perfectly in afternoon of Sunday performances. They arrived, they sent them to the theater and announced from the government of the region, not the general government of Italy, for the region. And we have totally to interrupt, and I have a problem also to put to the end the performance because they wanted to cut widely the performance. I was sure that could be a bigger problem for the people why were very surprised for the interruption of the production. And so we ended the performance, but for the day before, the Monday, the 24th, we cut every production, every relationship with the audience, and we stopped our performances. And at the beginning, with all the people and I, by my part, were thinking that we could restart in a few days. It's a strange situation, but at the beginning, quite everyone in Italy was thinking, and I was, what could I do for 1 or 2 weeks of interruption? Because at the middle of March, it was insuspectable for me to think to have a total my productions cut. But after day by day, and we for example, we continued our production, the rehearsals for the next production. It was the Generale, and I worked for two more weeks only without the audience because at the beginning the law, Italian law, prohibited to have an audience in theater, but not to interrupt the production, and so rehearsal. But every 10 days we have worst news, and the level of pandemic was also growing, and especially in Lombardia, the nearest region from Emilia-Romagna, and also in the north of Emilia-Romagna, we have an incredible up of the pandemic diffusion. And then at the end of March, they obliged us to close also the doors of the theater. For example, at the beginning for 15 days, and went for 15 days, and we arrived at the beginning of April, done for other 15. And the problem, very, very complicated to organize all those things, that every 15 days they gave us the order to postpone the reopen and until the end of April, and then it was a little clear, and at the end, so we could restart with the first hypothesis, little start from the middle of June. So we lost all March, all April, on May, and half of June. Very problematic situation. We put all our employees in a layoff for 3 months with a very high diminution of their retribution, more than 50%, terrible, more than 50%. Because in Italy, our layoff had a maximum with a very low level, because they extracted for the payment for the fee of the workers, the basic workers, not for high quality workers like ours. And so very difficult. Now we are thinking to go on to see with a new eyes as the future. And for this next months, for this next summer, we have an amazing idea. We take away the seats from the stall. We have a beautiful, beautiful opera house, original, built in 1763. And think that Christoph Willibald Gluck realized a special production for the opening of our opera house, and he went here and he played the bassoon in 1763. And you know, at the beginning, in that period, the stalls were without seats, no? And so we can reoffer to our audience to see the original tradition of our very ancient theater. And in the middle of the stall, we will put the orchestra with very famous conductors, and we offer for a small group of audience, because the maximum we can have in our theater for all the next summer is maximum 200 people. Terrible. 200 people, a very low range. But for us, it's very important to think of the future and to reopen the theater. But actually, in this moment, we have no idea when we could restart in our traditional aspect. I hope in the middle of fall, but not before, because I think there is a very high level of attention by the government to control the level of pandemic diffusion. And so, and another idea we had to offer also work to our employees and performance to our public and to our audience is to offer some performances in a very wide space, like the space for sport, when the basketball or athletic, and we have some opportunities. Obviously, the sound, the level will be terrible, but we have the opportunity to have a meeting with our audience, to refer to work to our employment, to the singers, to the technical employers. And so I think it's a good idea, waiting to have a new restart for our future, but it's very complicated situation.
Yeah, I imagine. So this is, I think, a situation that all people in the creative cities share. So thank you for sharing your wonderful ideas with us.
Yes, it's a pleasure.
And we keep our fingers crossed that this pandemic will be over soon, and stay safe.
Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.